after the fall of Adam and Eve, God responded to the serpent, and he spoke these words to the serpent: "And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers." So God was speaking to the serpent after misleading and manipulating Eve and leading to the disobedience and the violation of God's first law of righteousness. God spoke a response to the serpent and told him, "And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers." So after the fall, we see that God elected a separation. God erected a separation between the serpent and the woman. And so because this animal, the serpent, this animal was friendly to Eve, Lucifer found a way to attack Eve, and he was going to use the serpent to deceive Eve and manipulate Eve. So what we are saying is that we see a friendship. There was a friendship between the serpent and the woman. And so in this response, God responds to this relationship between Eve and the serpent. And it said in Genesis 3 verse 15, "And I will put enmity between you and the serpent, and I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers." So God was creating a separation. So after the fall, God erected a separation between the two friends. And he, in fact, is not just a separation. He created enmity. He told the serpent, "There will be enmity between you and the woman, between your seed and her seed." Obviously, if we go ahead, we'll see where the extension of this verse where God speaks about Jesus Christ. But now we want to look at this verse. We want to address this verse. But now we want to look at this verse. We want to address this verse to the woman and her offsprings, to the woman and her seed and her children and her children and their children and their children, 4 generations to come. 4 generations to come. Because whether boys or girls, they are born of the woman. Whether they are men who become husbands, they are also children born of a woman. So, and that is why God is addressing himself to the woman and her seed. And he is putting enmity between the seeds of Lucifer, the seed of the serpent, and the seed of the woman, 4 generations to come. And so God erected enmity between the serpent and the woman, between his seed and her seed. And they became 2 groups at war. So they became 2 groups at war forever until Jesus comes back. So the seed of the serpent is always at war with the seed of the woman. We know that this critical reference verse also spoke concerning Jesus Christ, where the serpent was told that the seed of the woman will crush your head, and you will bruise his heel. But this matter also follows all the seeds of the women, all the children of the women. So we know that this battle is always there against the children, against the seed of the woman, against the children. So we know that even when women and men enter into marriage, when they enter into marriage and they even start having the children, we know that it is at that point when the war begins. And the war continues against every life, whether it is a young child, whether it is an old woman, whether it is an old man, whether it's a grandmother, whether it's a baby, whether it's a baby in the uterus. We know that this battle against the life of people is being waged against the seed of the woman consistently. And so God himself is also declared war. He declared enmity, and that means he declared war between the seed, the serpent, and the woman, between her seed and his seed. And God in this word is also speaking to the woman to remind her every day that she has an enemy. She has an enemy, an unseen enemy who seeks to devour her seed, who seeks to destroy her children, who seeks to destroy her family, who seeks to destroy her generations, the nations that God has given to the woman, the nations that God has given to the woman and her husband. The serpent seeks to destroy and to devour this seed. And it is the responsibility of the woman to be alert and to be at war consistently. It is the responsibility of the woman to be alert and to be at war and to be engaged in this war consistently. The woman who is now the mother in the family, the woman who is the mother on the family, can never put down her weapons. She can never put down her weapons to say that it is done. This war is ongoing. This war is ongoing. For generation and to generation and to generation, mothers must be at war consistently. Mothers must be at war consistently, praying and pleading for their children, even for their generations, standing in the gap for their generations and for the nations that God has given them.